Hey Popstar Magazine, it's me KEKE Palmer and I'm reminding you to make sure you watch RAGS coming out May 28th at 8 p.m. only on Nick.
3 reasons to see RAGS. 1, all original music, such awesome stuff in the movie. 2, really awesome people, KEKE Palmer, we got Ab and Joja, we got Isaiah Mustafa, Nick Cannon, so many awesome people. And 3, it's just an awesome time. I think you guys are going to have so much fun watching the movie because we had so much fun making it, so I hope you enjoy it.
It's funny, it's got great music, and it's the classic fairy tale that you already know and love, just with the twist. Great.
The audition process for the film was pretty long, actually. I auditioned for the movie in, I think it was October or November, and I didn't have my first callback till February. So I mean, it was a long process, and it was so worth it though. I mean, in the end, I auditioned with 2 other guys in the final test with KEKE, and it was, you know, it was nerve-wracking. I wanted this so bad, but it ended up happening, and it was one of the best experiences of my life.
Clothes in the movie are awesome. I love that I got to be this like pop superstar in the movie because I got to have all these cool clothes, and so I had fun with the wardrobe. And I was me being a producer in the movie, it was fun to actually help pick my outfits because usually I don't get that, you know, that privilege. That was cool too. When I first met my castmates, I knew it would be a fun movie because we all were on the same page and just having a fun time. This is actually Max's first movie. Well, I don't know if his first movie. I think it might be his first movie, and it also his first time joining the Nickelodeon family. So it was just fun to, you know, have him there and, you know, getting to know him and, you know, just being there with him on his first experience. That was cool too.
I would say I have a couple nicknames. I got you know, Schneider, just classic, use the last name. I also got Schneider Monkey, because, I don't know, I love monkeys. And then I call people baby a lot. It's just something I always do. So people call me baby too. So, you know, we got a couple different things.
So my nickname is actually KEKE. You know, when I first started acting, I was going to go by my name, Lauren Kiana Palmer. And then one day, this manager that I was working with when I first came to California, overheard my mom calling me KEKE. She was like telling me to stop because I was very busy as a kid. She was like, KEKE, what you do? You need to come over here right now. And he was like, KEKE is way catchier than Lauren. So then my name became KEKE Palmer. Jobs, like when we first got the script, I had to read it, and if there were things that I needed to be rewritten, I had to like mark that down to make sure that all the characters, you know, in the script, to make sure that their arc was there, you know, that it made sense, that they had motivation for all the things that they did in the movie that they made, and why they did it. It all had to make sense. So, and then also making sure that the characters were likable, that Charlie was likable, because it's really different. You know, he's a male, you know, usually it's a girl playing the Cinderella role, and so in order for it to look like, you know, he's struggling with problems, he also had to look cool at the same time, but couldn't look like a smart aleck and like he was like mouthing off to his stepdad. So it had to be like the perfect amount of balance to make sure that he looked like that cool guy, but also was respectful and, you know, also was being controlled by his father. So that one was like, you know, to make sure that, you know, that's really an important character in the movie. So I had a lot to do with that, and then also, you know, like I said, the wardrobe and the props and, you know, the locations, all the type of stuff. Max has this scene where he's going up this side of this pole, and like out of nowhere all these people came watching. It was like, whoa, look at that guy, and like we're like all yelling, but they clearly didn't realize that there was a movie shooting going on, or just like little fun moments like that. The music in the movie is really my favorite. Well, I mean, I love the movie as a whole, period, but the music is something that really separates it, I think, from all the other, you know, quote-unquote remakes of Cinderella story. And then I don't know, I mean, it's just really good music. It's produced by Rodney Jerkins, who's produced a lot of great artists like Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Brandy. I mean, a lot of great artists. And so the music itself is great, even outside of the movie. Like, if it was just an album on its own, I would buy it.
The music in the movie is awesome. It is all original music by Rodney Jerkins, Darkchild, who has done things for American Idol and for Lady Gaga and Beyonce. He's amazing, and all the music is really great because it all has a message. I think it really relates these days. I mean, there's a song called "Not So Different at All" talking about how, you know, no matter who you are, whether you're a huge pop star or you're the janitor, we're all not so different at all. We all are humans, and we need to treat each other with respect. And then someday it's about really following your dreams and working hard and doing your best always. and I love all the music. I mean, I jam out to it all the time. I just got the soundtrack. We're on the car. We're like, yeah, it's awesome. You know, I talk about this a lot, but in the scene, in the movie, KEKE and I are very romantic. You know, the story, we kiss multiple times, and in the beginning of that, I was a little nervous about it because I didn't know how that would go over because we became good friends. But we ended up having this awesome conversation where we just talked about it as two actors talking about how we were going to make this real and this chemistry real. And I think that it really comes across on camera that it really became a real relationship, but in the behind the scenes, we were still great friends, and it was really wonderful being able to make that happen.
Ever.
My first on-screen kiss ever was Corbin Blue in the movie that I did called Jump In. I don't know why I was always this little kid that like thought it would be so cool, like, oh my gosh, oh, charming, romantic, oh, you know. And then once I got a movie where I got to kiss somebody in, I turned into this little bitty whiny baby, and I was just so scared and nervous, like, I don't want to kiss him, I don't want to kiss him. And I'm sure Corbin felt some type of way about me not wanting to kiss him, but it definitely didn't have anything to do with him. It was just the thought of kissing someone outside of my family on the mouth. Like at that point, the only people that I kissed on the mouth was my mom and my dad. Like my sister and I even stopped kissing each other in the mouth. So it was like really weird for me to imagine to kiss someone outside of my family on the mouth. And so once we did it, we got it over with, but I was just like, ah. Now probably Avin always makes jokes and stuff like that. He actually did a cool twist to his character and gave his character this English accent for the movie, and it really worked. It's like over top but in a realistic sense. It's kind of like that one guy with the curly hair that I can't think of that used to be married to Katy Perry.
Russell Brand.
Yeah, it kind of has that Russell Brand effect to it, and so it was really funny for the movie. I loved how he did with that character. Oh yeah. Well, it never was big stuff, but I got in trouble like, you know, like talking in class or whatever like that. And then it got to one thing happened to me once because I had gotten popular in school. I usually was very bullied, like when from kindergarten up to the 3rd grade, I was kind of like teased and stuff like that. And then I went to another school, and in the 5th grade, I had like, it was either 4th or 5th grade, and all these kids started to like me, and they started to not like this other girl. Like this other girl was like the head girl, and but the thing was, she was always very mean to me. But even though I'm an empathetic person, I was like, I'll talk to her later about it. But it's like, I can't. What happened was I think everybody got tired of her being mean, and so I was nicer, and so they thought like, oh, let me be friends with her. But what it ended up doing was they ended up turning into the bullies, and it ended up being a bad situation for her. And so I wasn't thinking about it at the time, but now that obviously that I look over it now as an adult, I see how my not stopping it made it worse for her. But I remember my teacher, she was my favorite teacher, Miss Gamble. She came out, she was like, Lauren, I know that you're not doing anything, and I know you're not doing anything purposeful, but just watch out. I know that you're becoming this really popular girl, and you need to watch out because it may be hurting Brandy's feelings. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I felt so bad because, clearly it wasn't my intention. And so, but me and Brandy, we're still friends because Brandy was like a family friend of mine. So I was like, if I'm doing anything that hurt your feelings, I'm very sorry and all that stuff. But it's just funny when I think about that stuff.